The outrage growing over a woman who called the police on a young man who was babysitting two white children. This morning, we're hearing the 911 call. ABC's Steve Osinsami has this story. Steve, good morning.
Good morning to you. With the parents of these children had to get a call from police scaring them silly that something was wrong. They had to verify that this babysitter was supposed to be with their children.
I am being harassed and followed.
For so many reasons, the video Corey Lewis recorded on his cell phone has been seen around the world.
I got two kids I'm babysitting.
You see him being pulled over last Sunday by Cobb County Police, answering a call in the Atlanta suburbs, and the officer asked the two children he was babysitting to step out of the car.
We ate at Subway, at Walmart, went and got some gas. She pulled up talking about are the kids okay? Why wouldn't they be okay?
Someone had called 911, reporting a suspicious black man with the children.
See this black gentleman with these two little white kids, so I just had a funny feeling.
This morning, we're hearing that call to 911 from the unidentified woman who spotted them at a Walmart.
I rode around again, and I said, let me see the little girl. He goes, no. And I said, well, let me just see the little girl and just see if she knows you.
What she didn't know is that Lewis runs a youth mentorship program with kids of every race and has babysat these kids for the past 2 years.
He just got gas, and now he's pulling away. Should I follow him?
No, I recommend not following him.
And if I'm wrong, that's great. I'm thrilled. But if I'm not, then these kids are okay.
The children's parents are not happy.
They understood what was happening, and they both said that they were scared. They said that they were scared that he was going to be arrested. They said they were scared they were going to say the wrong thing and that he would be arrested.
The parents of the children were greatly upset by this and say they wish their children didn't have to learn this lesson. For all this caller knew, the babysitter could just as easily have been the children's father. There are families who look like this all across America, including mine. None of this would have happened if the babysitter and the kids were of the same race. Guys?
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Broccoli Ain't Green Show. I'm your co-host, Mr. Wonderful Will.
And I'm Tube Sock Spam, coming live from the Bronx. It's the 6 o'clock news. Welcome, everybody.
Hope everybody having a great week. Thank you for tuning in for our second show. And apparently we got some things going on, some activities we had last week. According to a young brother, was providing some excellent service to some young kids. He was babysitting for this white couple, and apparently somebody thought this man was kidnapping them, so she followed him, damn near stalking him, and he felt like he had to start recording to protect himself, and of course the police was called.
Yeah, and then also after the lady questioned him, she called 911. She even asked the 911 dispatcher, should she follow him? They told her no. You know, the lady just could not get in her head that a black man can be watching white kids. But if it was Arnold and Willis on different strokes, different strokes, it's nothing. They wouldn't think nothing of it. But you see a black man, and it's just so funny. The black man should have been a hero, but she made him into a villain. You know what I'm saying? I said, like, why can't a black man watch white kids? Y'all, white folks watch black kids, y'all even adopt them, and it ain't nothing to it. It's a beautiful thing when you do it. But a brother is just babysitting, got the kids fed, clean, mentoring program, everything good, and she got to call the police on him, man. That's a trip.
I know. This kind of, just think about this, how ironic this is. Now, had it been a black woman, I don't think she probably would have called the police on him because she would just assume that the woman's her nanny, the kids' nannies or something like that.
Yeah. They went back. Yeah, they got that 50s, 60s mentality.
Right.
You know, say, oh, black woman with kids. You know, she probably done cooked them dinner, took them to school, and all that good stuff. But
Right.
now, you know, there's now when there's a black man, and they probably thought he getting ready to go pimp them and, you know, got him pimping and hoeing and stuff like that. Selling drugs, you know, every bad thought in her head because she was like, I know a black man. He doesn't even want his own kids. What is he doing with two white ones?
That's just not right. That's just not right. That is unaccustomed to see things like that. I didn't see that when I was a little girl.
Yeah, it's just funny how shocked they are.
I know a lot of people like that. They just have a problem accepting diversity. It's a thing now. You're going to have to learn how to live with it. You don't have to like it, but you have to learn how to live with it. You got to learn how to coexist and live your life and just mind your own damn business. Because if something, you know something's not going on wrong, nothing going wrong, just mind your own business and keep it moving. And now you got this man humiliated by over some nonsense. And man, I just don't understand.
Just busybody, man. And when you see the lady, I don't know how far she followed him, but she's just burning up gas.
Yeah, you heard he say when he went to Subway, Walmart, he went to the gas station. She kept following him.
Just kept following him after the 911 dispatchers told her not to, but she just like so concerned. It's just funny, man, how everything bad. When she saw the black man with them kids, she thought every single thing bad that you could think of.
You know, I'm not trying to jump off the subject, but doesn't this kind of remind you of the Trayvon Martin when the dispatcher told that dude, Zimmerman, don't follow, do not pursue, let the police deal with it. But he took it upon himself, and look what happened. Yep. And this dispatcher just told this woman, don't follow, leave it alone, because you could tell by the tone of the dispatcher's voice that, why the hell you calling me? There's nothing going on. What you told me is nothing classified as mean to dispatch of police.
Yeah, but they have a whole lot of, you know, matter of fact, I think I saw the other news clip the other day. It said they had murders. It was a earthquake. It was what else? What's all the bad stuff? Hurricanes and tornadoes.
Hurricane Michael.
Yeah, but when she called, the police about the black man, police abandoned everything and went to go check it. That's important. They don't care about nothing else. They go see what this black man doing with these kids.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. And I had to criticize that cop. He was okay for a minute. Until at the very end, he asked the kids, okay, that's something I think is kind of fair. He asked the kids, do you know him? And the kids acknowledged that they know him. He said he always babysit them. And that still wasn't good enough for him. He kept questioning him like 3 or 4 times after the fact because I guess the young lady who whipped the guy was like, this is ridiculous. And he just, I don't know, dude, you make yourself like a fool.
Yeah, but they always, it's always something to reason. Because really what I don't think the cop really did too much wrong because you got some idiot, you know, calling. Somebody can call the police on you for anything.
Yeah, I understand they had to investigate. That's part of their job. They have to investigate, especially you getting dispatch of a possible kidnapping. I get that. But clearly you see those kids was not under distress at all.
Yeah.
They was comfortable. The only thing they was uncomfortable about the police questioning him because they was afraid the police officer going to arrest the guy.
Yeah, the kids were scared, but the only thing they should just allow the police to cuss those people out to make these stupid calls because I know they get tired of coming to stuff, barbecues, swimming pools, stuff like that. You know, I'll be like, look here, you wasting my damn time. If you call it again, I'm gonna lay you out spread eagle and put the dog on you. You know what I'm saying? Some mace in your nostrils and leave it at that.
I can imagine what that cop going through now. He probably like, fuck. My face is on this video all around the world.
Yeah, but at least, really, the lady, she the one to be embarrassed. She's be embarrassed, man.
Babysitting Beatrice. That's her name, folks. She's been identified as babysitting Beatrice.
Yeah, because what's funny, with all these people coming, keep on, just calling the police, dialing 911. It's like they have a 911 Justice Avengers.
Yep.
With all of them have superpowers, man. They got super fast fingers that can dial 911 at the speed of light.
Oh man, that warp speed smartphones they have got that warp speed, got directly right straight to the dispatchers. It just supersedes all of the other calls, important call, like someone having a heart attack, or someone is in a shootout, someone facing the barrel of a gun. They have the ability just to supersede those calls and say, "Hey, I see a black man drinking coffee. What you gonna do about it?"
Yeah, 'cause next thing it's gonna be somebody gonna be out on the corner giving away millions of dollars. This legit. The white lady's gonna call saying, "Hey, this guy's spreading happiness. He's giving everybody money." And, brother might get 20, 50 years hung, shot. Who knows?
Yep. But I want them to understand, when you doing shit like this, you could get these people, particularly black people, either killed, shot, or hurt pretty bad.
That's not important. Who cares?
I guess they don't care. Because you don't know the repercussion of that, because I would be upset. I'm knowing I didn't do anything wrong. Then all of a sudden got two cops coming towards me. And I got two cops coming towards me, and they just handle me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then naturally, you're going to defend yourself. That's just a natural reflex.
Yeah, it is.
And then next thing you know, they put no taser and a gun out on you. Then you was resisting arrest, and they go home, no problem.
Yeah, man, we getting to the point we can't do anything, without getting a police call. But just imagine all these calls from back in the day before cell phones and all of this eyewitness accounts, man. Them brothers probably would have got beat down, you know what I'm saying? Or they'd have put some charges on them or anything, It would have just been a totally different situation, because even with now, when you see stuff that's caught on video, a lot of times people are getting off. But now, with just about a lot of people are, what they call, like the live streaming and all this stuff.
Right.
But people now are catching some of the stuff. But just think, 20, 30 years ago before this, when all these people were getting shot and all these stories coming up, and, and they quick to say, "Oh, he was threatening me. He was doing this, or he was doing that."
That was good enough for them.
Yeah, and it was good enough. Yeah, you got off. But now it's a lot of stuff is being caught. So, a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's getting worse." I'm like, dude, it's been the same way for years. It's just getting more documented. That's all it is.
That's right, but that seems like that's our only defense when it comes to the nonsense. Mm-hmm. You need to record it. You got to protect yourself. You shouldn't have to do that because, but that's the society we live in.
Yeah, and so, in honor of all these people that's so quick to dial 911, the Broccoli and Green show, we come up with our own little characters.
Oh, yeah.
We come up with our own characters for the 911 Avengers. And so they'll be scrolling back and forth so you can see them. And last I heard, I think Marvel and DC, all the comics, they're contacting us. They want to do a full feature movie. And, we're more than likely, I'll probably direct or something in it. But, yeah, but they're going to do a whole movie because it's so many different stories. Seems like every week, or not even every week, almost every day, it's a new story coming out. With somebody doing something. Because, they already had the one that kicked it off was Barbecue Becky. Then they had Permit
Patty.
Yeah, Permit Patty. And then Pool Patrol Paul. Yeah, and calling about something. The stuff that they call about, if I was out in the park and I saw somebody barbecuing, I saw somebody selling stuff, I don't even care. That's not my concern, man. I'm just like, hey, they barbecuing, they getting they grub on. That's the end. I'm just going on about my business. I don't know why you got to figure to stop and tell, but a lot of them ones that's calling, man, they like to just tell you what to do, and if you don't do what they tell you to, they take it from 0 to 100. That's what really gets them mad. It It ain't the barbecuing. It ain't this. It's just when they come up to you, hey, you're not supposed to do this. And then you brush them off.
And
or,
they give you the finger, tell you, to go F yourself or something like that. Then it's on. Then first thing they do, okay, reach in their pocket, flip the phone out, 911.
Dial at the speed of light. And that's just amazing though. I like, man, go find something else to do. You know, go. I don't know what they like. Go make some mayonnaise sandwiches. Play something. Go do something, man. Go kayaking. Go swim with the sharks and stuff. They like. Go do that stuff.
Get on a dating site. Find your dude. Find your chick. Do something. You know. There's a lot of things in this world you could be doing, rather than just harassing people over some nonsense and knowing that they are not doing anything wrong. But you just feel like you have a civic duty to call the police and dispatch them to some nonsense when a serious crime is being committed and they need to go there, but they coming on some bogus call, fooling with your ass over some nonsense.
Yeah, but you know what, man? That might be one of the like what do they call it? Like the white privilege. That might be fun, man. Because sometimes I see somebody, I might just start doing that. Just pick up the phone and call. Because now you can say Hispanics too. Now you can say either black or Hispanic.
Oh,
and every now and then somebody will call and say like Middle Eastern type like that. But you get a way quicker response with either black or Hispanic. But Hispanics are actually closing in on us. You know, they're going to take our, man, that's our thing, man. We like to get the police called on us.
Right. So they cannot afford to be hypocrites either, because the same shit is going down with them now. And you got to teach your children about how to deal with these nonsense. It's very important if you're going to live in this country. You have to. It's a serious business. Yeah,
because I know as many years as I watched like the Webster show. Do you remember one show with Webster when they were going out and somebody called the police on the the one that owned Webster?
Right.
Yeah, nobody called. I didn't see not one episode. Arnold and Willis and Mr. Drummond. I never seen not one episode where somebody called. You know, Angelina Jolie.
Right.
People go out there as soon as they see them with it. They say, they think it's one of those
charitable cases type.
Yeah, charitable and all this. Oh, what a humanitarian!
They just a good person. Just an upstanding person.
Yeah.
I just admire this person.
Yeah, took them nigglets out of the ghetto and you know what I'm saying, saved them.
But you flip the script when you got the black savior helping the needed white.
No such thing as a black savior.
Oh. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon my ignorance.
Hey man, you know that brother was about to go take them kids, go sell them on the black market. I think that's what he was doing, man. Then
I got a white little boy, white girl. Shoot, I took $100 for it. Got $100.
Yeah, he sold it for $100 or something, man.
No.
Yeah, then he got caught. Then he wanted to try to act like he had a mentoring program. So, man, you know you can ready to sell them little white kids. I would have.
But folks, stay your ass off 911. Use that only when emergency actually is needed. I mean, only if an emergency is occurring. Call the number for that. Don't just be calling just because you can and you can get away with it, and you know nothing gonna be said about it. And a lot of these local jurisdictions, they really need to pass these ordinance for these bogus 911 calls. Something really needs to be done about that, because it's trending all over this country.
Yeah, they need to understand 911 is for emergency. That means somebody's dying, about to die, something bad has happened. Not some black dude done got in the pool water. You think he done tainted the pool water or something. That's not emergency. Even if he did taint
socks.
it.
Yeah. He's sitting in the pool with some socks on, then you want to call the cops because he told you to go do something with yourself. And you got mad, you knowing that this guy wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
But you just feel, okay, you pissed me off, I'm gonna call 911 because they're gonna believe my white ass because that's just how it is.
Yeah. I say leave it strictly to emergencies, not stuff because your feelings are hurt. None of that. Strictly emergencies. Y'all need to know.
But the thing is, if you know it's nothing to it, shut the hell up, mind your own business, go about your life. That's all you have to do. You won't be used as a meme on these over the internet now. Then you're gonna be possibly losing your job, cause a lot of them have lost their jobs, making these bogus 911 calls. Now your ass sitting at home looking like a big ass dummy. Leave 911 alone unless it's an emergency only, life-threatening, or some type of emergency. A woman about to have a baby, she needing an ambulance right then. That's what 911 is for, not to use as your personal gain to get someone in trouble because you felt like you've been disrespected or you just don't see things the way you because the world's not according to you. Just mind your own business. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, but the 911 Justice Avengers, I still believe.
Truth and justice.
Yeah, sometimes I think they're actually doing a good job, you know.
And they will be,
heads, yeah, you know.
They'll be all around this country flying, looking for you, looking for someone to get in trouble.
With the fastest fingers ever put on the face of the earth. They dial 911 so quick, man, get a response, and for absolutely nothing. That's just crazy. That they but it's just they just been doing it for so long. They just automatically assume whenever they call, something's gonna get done, and then a lot of them probably, when they find out the police aren't gonna do anything, they probably get pissed, and pick up the phone and want to go make a complaint, saying, "Oh, that guy, he was in the swimming pool with socks. Y'all are not gonna give him a life sentence, or shoot him or what?"
Or try to have that person escorted out the pool.
Yeah, no, they want more than that.
Especially, they had one case where a person actually lived in the complex. That was with Pool Patrol Paul, with this young lady, and she had a child that was at the pool, and he challenging her about her pool pass, and she tried to tell the jackass that she lives here, and then the police were called, and then the young lady used her gate key card, and the light turned green, the gate opened, it was over with. Now his ass out of a job just for messing with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, but the bad part about it is, it's gonna keep going on. Somebody is gonna pick up the phone, probably later on today, and it's gonna be another story going on. So it's just gonna be, this is a never-ending. It's a never-ending thing, man. No matter how many memes, how many people talk about you, not even just statewide, worldwide. When people hear these stories, and they realize how ignorant a lot of people here are in the States are, man. Nothing surprises me, man. So they're gonna call somebody on something so stupid eventually that even some of the people that support them are gonna end up having to turn against them.
Right.
Because that's just a way of life for some people.
Right. So to all the black and brown out there, don't let shit like this discourage you being who you are. Don't let them take you out of your character. Just continue doing what you're doing. If you see something wrong, fix it. Don't worry about jackasses like them calling cops on you. Just live your life. That's all I have to say on that. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to our show. Stay tuned for our third show. We'll be coming up shortly.
Bong diddly do. It's the Broccoli and Green Show.
That's right.
Yeah, I think
I'm Mr. Wonderful Will.
And I'm Tube Sock Spam. And next week, we will be accepting our first Emmy Awards. Peace, and I will holler at you.
Right, Emmy.